What is up, guys and gals, finessers and finessettes? It is I, Kagero Caster Troy, bringing you a gift of some amazing footage from Moosta1 coming from the PlayStation. Arizona Tier 5 American BB holding it down, and she is pretty, let me tell you. Now, folks, before we get deep into the match, make sure to go down to my description box right below the video. Down below you'll see World of Warship Peeps. There is a number of good folks on there, but mainly check out Moosta1's videos. That is a link to his channel. Go over there, subscribe, and look at every single one of his videos. Believe me, you'll be the better for it. Moving on. This particular vessel I have had on the channel numerous times. Not a crazy amount of times, but numerous times. 2 super firing guns, one fore, one aft. And, you know, if you can kind of master one of two things, firing through a turn, in which you can bring all 4 guns to bear, or firing independently at 2 different targets. As you will see, you know, as you have seen D-Gen do, you know, a few months ago. I featured him, and he was, you know, in the process of engaging multiple targets with the fore and the stern guns. It was very impressive. Pensacola here, we're going to see if we can't sling some AP his way. Not a whole lot going on the map right now, folks, but you know what? We're going to take some long-range shots there. It looks like the dispersion was not with us, but you know what? That's fine. We didn't expect to do tons and tons of damage at a target at that range, moving at that speed, so on and so forth. We're just trying to throw it out there. You know, we're going to throw it against the wall, see if it sticks. That's all we're going to do. A lot of friendlies in between us and the bad guys, which is good because you need to have that DD screen, and you need to use the blues for that exact purpose as a DD screen. Taking a little bit of fire here from the Pensacola. Did not have much effect at all, aside from probably scaring some of the crew. But you know, it's kind of good because, gosh, it seems like so many times somebody will just come around the corner and they'll fire on you, and they'll catch you with like 2 rounds out of, you know, a dozen, and you'll immediately be caught on fire. So we didn't have that, thank goodness, but you know what? It could have very easily happened, so thank our lucky stars. Now, Moosta, if you will be so kind, sir, please comment below exactly how you have your commander set up so the folks at home or on the toilet at work can look and see how to set up their commander just like yours. Moving on. 15,000 damage so far. One of the friendlies down. That's not a good look. We're taking some incoming fire here. I believe that's incoming fire directed at us. I'm not exactly sure. It looked like it was towards us. This gentleman right here is lifting up his skirt, and it looks like it looks like those torps are going straight for him. I feel for him. It's not a good look for him for sure. We're going to see if we can't decorate this gentleman over here. He's kind of been a thorn in our side. It's good amount of lead right there. Dispersion is nice and tight. Goodness gracious. It looks like it's going to hurt, and man, we took him for almost everything. And then somebody else swooped in and got the kill, but that's fine. That's how the game goes, boys and girls. 22,000 damage, goodness gracious. 3 down for the friendlies, 2 down for the bad guys. There's a lot of movement on the top of the board there. You don't normally expect in a game like this for the movement to be that quick, and that's exactly what it's doing. There's a lot of team deaths going back and forth. I'm not necessarily a fan of it unless it's the other guy's team. Goodness gracious, we have lost another one. We are now down 2 to their 1. Things are kind of in the zone where they can get exponentially harder for us. Although that being said here, it looks like if we can get a firing solution, Moosta is going to erase this gentleman. Stolen again. Not really stolen, but somebody stole it before we could steal it. Let's go ahead and say that. 4 down for us. Wow. 5 down for us, 4 down for the bad guys. Lot of movement on top of the gosh darn screen there. But see, folks, this is going to be good for us, I feel, because we can really focus our energies on really laying the hurt down to folks. 27,000 damage there. Oh my God, we absolutely touched that gentleman in a very, very improper manner. We didn't kill him, but man, he has lost all taste for battle. I would be willing to wager 38,000 damage here. We still have a little bit to make up to kind of get the teams back on an even kill. Now, guys, when you're out here and you're trying to pull a proper rampage, what you've got to understand is your team has to be perfect. And what I mean is they need to fail properly. And what that means is they need to do enough in order so that you don't go out there and get killed by the bad guy sweeping a flank. But at the same time, they need to kind of get the right bad guys off the map, or give the right bad guys a certain amount of health damage. And this was kind of a something I focused on in World of Tanks. And I always said, when you go out here and you get 250, 300,000 damage, a lot of things have to be perfect. And that's fine if you can kind of get that situation set up. But gosh, it is really hard to kind of pull that consistently. And I'm thinking that if you're on the right team, you could make that happen a couple times in a row there, as long as the team kind of cooperates. Firing a shot at this gentleman right here. Oh my goodness, we whacked the crap out of him, hit him stern of amidships there, and it really was not a good look for him. He got touched in a very unprofessional way. 54,000 damage. 2 of us versus 5 of them. Now this is where it's going to get extremely difficult. So if you're betting on Moosta right now, if you're looking at this and you're betting on Moosta, you would say, or if you're in his seat, you'd say, yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm going to get all the damage I can before I die. That's all I want to do. And you would be totally right for doing that, because a lot of times you don't want to have unrealistic expectations. And I feel like that's a lot of times folks are like, oh, it's a 1v5, 1v6, I got this. Yeah, no you don't. Moving on. Damage that gentleman's gun, taking a little bit of fire here from what looked like our 11 o'clock. Trying to kind of angle up a little bit so we can get some more shots on this gentleman right here, because if we can take him off the map, get his guns off the map, get him out of rotation, that's going to increase our chances of surviving this encounter. And that's kind of right now what Moosta has his eyes on, as he should. Gosh, it looks like that gentleman turned away at the last minute. Well, not necessarily the last minute. It's a battleship, you know what I mean. He started to turn away. And man, folks, we have a lot of health out here floating around that we're going to have to work on. Took a round there, it looks like, or a few rounds from the port side. They're going to throw here at this gentleman. Looks like we let him just a little bit too much, and or he started cutting the wheel prior to that. And that's the thing, folks. When you're in here and it's you and a friendly DD, you're taking all the fire. Believe me, it's not the DD that's going to take the fire. It's going to be you, unless, of course, he just decides to go all gunboat on some folks and just start laying some hatred. But if he was smart, if it was a 4v1 or a 5v1, he'd be hidden, throwing torps, ideally speaking. Let's see if we can't throw this gentleman here. He's coming in making a run at us. We tap him gently. He's throwing some smoke, and he is stopping. That is a common DD tactic, so they don't actually drive out of the smoke, which is a smart thing to do there. 75,000 damage. It is a 2v4 type of situation here. I believe we're going to kind of make something out of this. We are currently on fire, but you know what, folks? If you're in a battleship, you've been on fire many a times. It's not that big of a deal. It's only your crew burning to death. Moving on. Now, we have a gentleman over here to our 9 o'clock full health. That is not a good look for us. We really need to kind of get started working on him at some point. It looks like that DD is just kind of throwing hatred there from his cloud of smoke. I would much rather be shot at him versus actually getting torps from him. Oh my god, we just absolutely shut him down. 100%. Huzzah. Take that, fool. Torps inbound here. It's almost like Moosta knew they were coming. We're going ahead and turning out here. It looks like we're going to take one there. Oh my goodness, that thing just raked the paint right off the port side of the hull. Very, very smart maneuver there by Moosta. He's holding it down. like gravity, if you will. Trying to come around here, trying to get the guns in position. A lot of things are going on the ship at once. The crew is down there just freaking out. I can see them from here. 100,000 plus damage, really out here making it happen. It's a 2v3. He is single-handedly bringing this game back into order, which I'm a big fan of. A gentleman over there to our starboard side, putting a little bit of rounds down range, trying to get the guns lined up on him here, so we can really lay some hatred on him. This is our one true target here. This is who we're actually looking for, because if we could get rid of him, folks, that's going to be a big piece of the puzzle right there, I feel like. If we could shut him down and kablamo, we do so. But what I was saying here is if we could shut him down, that'll be a big piece of the puzzle. We won't have to worry about anybody lurking in dark corners, if you catch my drift. 109,000 damage. Out here making it happen, folks. I feel like, though, if we keep pushing, we can get a little bit more damage out of this game. It is a 1v2 type situation. This gentleman out here is, I don't necessarily think is 100% involved in wanting to kind of 1v1 us. It looks to me like he does not have much taste for battle at all. He is firing at us here. Just a glancing blow, if you will. Didn't really even do very, very much. But you know what? That's the best kind of rounds to take. You know, the ones that don't do a lot. And goodness gracious, we hit him and stripped him down. The decks are bloody. Moving on. We're bringing her about here. Moosta1's getting a little confidence in here, as you can see. He's going on a 1v1 rampage with this gentleman. He's like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to murder everybody. And you know what? I think he is too. Doesn't look good for this gentleman here. If we can connect with him, he most certainly is going back to the water garage post-haste. We just have to make sure we lead him right there. Fire a full salvo and kablamo. Back to the water garage for you, foo. This gentleman over here has half health. Looks like about half health. And this is not going to be an easy fight. 123,000 damage. But you know what? If we keep pushing, I think at this point it's kind of 50-50. It's anybody's game right now. I'm pulling for Moosta1. I don't necessarily know. Gosh, it's almost looking like this other gentleman is kind of lining up for a ram. That is kind of my gut feeling. I think that may be Moosta1's as well. He's kind of starting to angle out, which is the right thing to do. Secondaries there, picking up there on the side. A lot of torps coming in. Looks like, yep, we took one there. A little bit of flooding damage. It's fine. Really decorating this gentleman right here. Oh, boy, it's a good thing there's no friendly fire. We're going to see if we cannot shut this gentleman down right here. It is just a hand-to-hand slug fest, 100%. So many things going on right now. It is literally hard to narrate them. There is death and destruction and hatred being thrown each way, and it is, gosh, it could really go either way. And Moosta1's on top. Congratulations, amazing game. 147,000 damage. Wow. Super impressive. High caliber, 451,000 credits, 147,000 damage. Folks, I really hope you enjoy. Make sure to go down to the description box, check out Moosta1's channel, like, subscribe, love all of his stuff. We'll see you folks next time.